Hello again, an Arizonan here. So, Constitution requires if government is going to ask anything of a citizen or question a citizen, it must have cause and evidence. Law gives them a period of time, if there's any doubts, to establish that criteria, cause and evidence. And the due process that results from government claiming that they have cause and evidence to impair a person's freedoms or rights, that a individual, where whoever claims are made against, has a legal right to representation and defense, to question the cause and evidence of government. Both are established, both must be introduced through the process of jurisprudence to decide who's right and who's not. So a person was detained and no cause or evidence existed. So the person was detained longer than the legislative statutes allow. You have 48 hours to make your claim and initiate due process of justice. So a person was held longer than law allows without cause or evidence, while alleged cause and evidence was fabricated. The documents of these ideas existed. That was a question. It wasn't the evidence, maybe suggesting or detailing, attempting to detail the cause, but it was just a question. A question that legal representation for the accused and gathering of facts and evidence and witnesses could invalidate. The person accused believed that submitting a counterclaim was needed that would allow the presentation of evidence to invalidate the alleged allegations. The whole process stopped right there. There was no the person wasn't allowed to stand before their accusers, to present evidence, to have legal representation, to give facts and evidence and testimony, witnesses that refuted without doubt the claims levied against that person by officials. And that initiated rumors, conjectures, misinformation, unsubstantiated claims that continue to disrupt the due process, redress of grievances, correction, the function of the ability, the problems created. And if you don't speak to the accused, if you don't allow, if the accused is required to access the evidence to know where the evidence is, to give permission to access evidence that some things belong to a person, some records, some history, some possessions belong to individuals, and those individuals get to decide how it's used. And if it's needed to verify or validate or invalidate, and so denied due process, denied participation in that due process, denied the very requirements of Constitution to present facts and evidence to repudiate fabricated claims that I don't know where they originated. And all of the rumors and conjectures initiated by a series of violations of what government officials, security officials are required to maintain. And I am still subjected to the prejudice, discrimination, persecution, hardships, and problems of this failure to abide constitutional due process of law. And whatever complications, so at a far-reaching level, there are those people that I've reached that understand. But the closer to the region in which these complications resulted, there continues to persist an obstruction or an inability to uh, uh, accept that that these requirements of government were not followed and resulted in and yet and need to be corrected. Redress of grievances that need corrected, and the obstacles must be overcome and recognized by people that can see them. I only know that these obstructions exist, that this due process has failed, that people intentionally derailed it and continue to interfere with the process of correction and amends that our system not only allows but requires. There's been a terrible wrong, and public pressure and awareness, we the people, the power of we the people to bring to bear the pressure on those who ignored constitutional requirements for reasons that they should explain. So, what now? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do?